originally they looked almost the same, but Keith outgrew his, grew heavier than Dean. But Dean was always sharp and just like he is now. And never left him.
So then what about me? What was I like?
You were spoiled. Amen, we got another girl. Took a long time. Yeah, we were real happy about that.
And was John Henry planned?
John Henry, our last
Did
one.
you expect to have him?
I don't remember, but I don't think we did.
Because Mom was older, wasn't she?
I just wondered. Yeah, I just wondered. Well, I don't know whether we planned all of them or any. I don't think we did a lot of planning. What happened happened, you know.
So is Hanover House a lot bigger than the Livingston House?
Yeah. It had it had more bedrooms. It had the bedroom upstairs where Mom and I was here, and then there was as you came up the stairs from the bottom, from the living room, was entered into like a hallway, and then there was the bathroom here, and then there was another bedroom over alongside of that. It was a Cape Cod type home that had what they call it, the Cape Cod, and then they had like another extension from the back of the house. Mm-hmm. And then there was another bedroom. There's 3 bedrooms up on the second floor plus the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And they had another bathroom down on the first floor. Mm-hmm. And had the living room, and the kitchen was in back of the living room. Mm-hmm. And they put on an extension where the kitchen, back of the living room, come out of the kitchen, just like a hallway type thing, and there was another bathroom there, and then there was another bedroom in the front over there. We did a lot of renovating in the house. We had it was a large lot. I don't know how. It was a vacant lot on the side where the garage was, that ran all the way down to how big was it? It was a big lot. Mm-hmm. And it was all grassed in. And at the far end of the lot, they had these big electric towers, mm-hmm. Steel towers, and it was all woods back there. It ran the whole length of the street. The street was Ridgedale Avenue was on one end of the street, and River Road was on the mm-hmm. other end of the street. And the street sort of came up on a light mound like that. And the Passaic River ran alongside mm-hmm. the River Road. Mm-hmm. And Ridgedale Avenue this was in East Hanover, and Ridgedale Avenue was the street that ran out to the main highway, which was about 3 or 4 miles mm-hmm. from where we were. And there was a big weeping willow tree in the backyard, and the side yard was was all grass, and in the backyard was all grass. We made a garden on one side of the lot down by where the big electricity wires were running, and had a vegetable garden there. I think it was either 12 or 14,000. And we sold our house, and so we made money on our house that we could put down on this one here. Yeah, let me go back to where he's working.
Okay.
And working for RCA and putting up antennas and servicing. And the fellow that was over the shop and doing servicing on television sets and so on, his name was Charlie McCarthy. Okay, we became good friends, and then Crosley started to come out with their own sets. Not their own sets. They bought the sets from RCA, and they put their own cabinets on it, and they're called Crosley. Okay, the distributor for him, for Crosley, was Metropolitan Television, to service and install sets that Crosley sold. They talked to Charlie McCarthy to see if he would quit RCA and work for them at a considerable better salary. And Charlie accepted it, and then he asked me if I would be interested in changing, getting out of RCA and going to Metropolitan Television. I think it was $60 a week, and that was considerable because before we were making about $30 or so in RCA, and as plus car allowance, and so they said okay. So the car allowance was something like, I don't know, was $20 a week or something of that nature there. So it was a good jump for what we had. I was doing service work. I wasn't doing installation work. And it worked out real good. We were making good money for that period of time. We got real busy. The sets were coming out more and more, faster and faster, you know. And so I became manager of the shop in Newark, New Jersey. Worked there for quite a long time. I've forgotten how long now. Maybe three or 4 years, maybe. At Eastern Television, and it got hairy. Then at any rate, I quit, and I went over to Prudential, and the next day I got a job right away, and so did the others. And finally, Max got another guy to manage Eastern, and he didn't last long at all, and Eastern closed up. And so in the meantime, this fellow that I was working with came buddies with pretty much. He was married, about the same age as me, and so we contracted with Prudential to do all their service calls and antennas and so forth. And we had a lot of the same personnel that were in Eastern that worked for us. So Dick, that's it, said Dick. Anyway, he's the fellow that we were close to and worked with. and we contracted with Prudential, and we got a shop up in East Orange on Park Avenue, where we stored and got our supplies of tubes and resistors and condensers and masts and all the stuff that's needed for running televisions. This time now, television was booming.
Mm-hmm.
They had 12-inch sets and I would get home, 11, 12 o'clock at night, and then you get up early in the morning again, and did this for quite a long time. We were making good money. There came a time when we didn't get our monthly check from Prudential, and Prudential was going out of business. But that was all right, because Dick and I went over personally to before we got our last check. So we had the last check, we had all the supplies, and we had the antennas up, and the hurricane came through, and we had more antenna work than you could do. And so that, in fact, we got so busy we opened up another shop in Montclair, and I was going to manage the shop in Montclair, and Dick was staying in there.
Mm-hmm. That
didn't work out. We were there for a couple of months or so. I was there, and so then we went back down with Dick. We closed up the shop there and went back down to Orange. Now Dick, he was a nice enough guy, but after a while, he was married, I think he had two children down in Elizabeth, and he got friendly with the girls, and anyway, we broke up, and Dick bought me out, and he paid me, I forgot what you arranged, it was a couple $100 to $250 a month, something like that. And so that, plus doing work from home, that worked out all right. Mom decided that I ought to get a college education. Oh dear. Yeah, that was good. So okay. You're right down in Newark there. You just go Newark over to Newark College of Engineering. Just right. Okay. So I went down, and I don't know how many times I went there. Not very many though. And I remember going into college in Newark, going up they had this place where you sit, the rows of chairs, and I'm way up here, and I can just barely make out the guy down there, and I haven't got the faintest idea what he's talking about. And so I maybe went there, maybe 3 or 4 times at the most. I came back, and Mom was there. I had my books. That's it. I've been gone too long for that. So that's when we decided to do work out of the house. While we were living in Hanover, the next door neighbor was on the Board of Education for Hanover School, and asked me because he knew I saw him, if he'd be interested in driving the school bus. So that worked in fine. I could go drive the school bus and then do the service calls and so forth. And that's why Mom started driving the school bus, because she wanted me to go to College of Engineering, get